What is up, buds? Welcome to WeeDnD, the pot positive live tabletop role-playing experience. I am your dungeon master for the night, Brandon Allen McClanahan. But my buds, including y'all, can just call me Bam, because it's way easier to remember than McClanahan, which people say McClanahan. I've heard them all, guys, trust me. Or even Brandon. How do you fuck up Brandon? I should just go by Allen. I feel like I'm getting off course here. Thank you guys so much for being here, bearing with us as I was away on a gig here over in Phoenix, had a phenomenal time. But I'm so happy to be back here with my buds and my friends and just playing my favorite game, my favorite way. So thank you guys so much for all the support. Huge shout out to Careful Cantrip, who launched their season 2 this past week. Appreciate those of you buds that made it out and helped blow up their first sesh. Huge friends of the show. They always bring us a lot of people and stuff. So we love those guys. If you haven't checked out Careful Cantrip, do check them out. DM Dave and those people. They're a party, man. I always have a good time over there. So thanks to them for just kind of providing a landing spot for our buds. To fill the void twixt WeeDnDs. So I am so pumped to be back and jump back into our magical adventure. We've had some crazy things going on. We are working toward some pretty exciting studio stuff here in the near future. We're just kind of grappling all these new tech issues that come with it. So stay tuned. We will have some pretty exciting announcements coming up from that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for everything you do, man. All the support, the Buds community, all our various socials. Check them out if you're not on them or whatever. Hit the Facebook group. We've got a Discord. It's probably the most like one-on-one kind of spot. I'm usually in there through most days, just kind of shooting the shit. So thanks to everybody who just really makes that Discord an awesome place to be. And pardon me. Honestly, we're at a point now where it's like we've been with these characters for a little while. Their power arcs have grown, and they're starting to really find themselves in this strange world of magic, in the realm of Ganjaria. So speaking of those friends, really the only way we get to see them is if I get to the intro. So I'm going to take this magical joint here, pass it through the magical fibers of the interwebs to my dear and wonderful friend, Brenna Folger. Hey, Brenna, how you doing, girl?
I'm doing great, fam. Brenna Folger here. You also know me as Pickles on Wee, the Cuddle Forge Monk. And I was thinking about my favorite Adam Sandler character, which is Opera Man. Hey, Abby, what is your favorite Adam Sandler character?
Who's Adam Sandler? No, I'm kidding. I'm Adam Sandler. I'm waiting for them to play. What's that one video where he's like, play the Gangnam Style? Yeah. Never mind. That's my favorite Adam Sandler character. But for real, Punch Drunk Love, man, that movie is crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyways, hi. I'm Abby Dandy, but around these parts, I'm better known as Amaryllis VonCheux, the tiefling wild magic sorceress. And things were crazy, and then they're more crazy. And oh my God, let's friggin' just get into it, because I can't handle all the craziness right now, all the tension. It's killing me. Droopy, tell me about Adam Sandler.
Oh, thank you, baby. What up, y'all? Drew, Digby, Moleeggington, the third. Anyway, my favorite Adam Sandler character, that's tough. I have all of his CDs from before he was like, but it's honestly, Cajun Man was probably one of my favorites. Just putting the on the end of everything, like confusion. You know what I mean? Like it's
Liberation.
It's great. Conjunction. It's just fun. I do it all the time. Anyway, I'm so happy to fucking be here. I feel blessed. I love you guys. Let's fucking play some D&D. Best friend, how you feeling about Adam Sandler?
Oh, about the old Adam Sandler, huh? As sure as I'm sure Adam Sandler's grateful to have a career, and I'm grateful to be alive and with my favorite people. I wish we were making movies in the fucking Caribbean and shit, but, I'd much rather be here playing some WeeDnD. And you know who else is grateful to be alive? Is Gary Greenheart, level 3 stout halfling paladin. Woo! If you caught last sesh, that was real close.
It was close.
We went down to the fucking wire. Jesus.
Last dice roll, bro.
Super close.
With advantage. Thank you, Pickles.
Thank you. C'est bon.
C'est bon.
C'est bon.
But Adam Sandler wise, it's a hard toss up between Happy Gilmore and Uncut Gems guy. I can't remember his name at this point.
So good.
But they both did it for family.
Mm.
You
Wow.
know?
Different stakes, yeah.
It's an
Do it-
impressive
do it.
connection there.
Steve.
I blamed weed, but never blamed it. But you know what? I'm just so curious what Gus has to think about Adam Sandler. What you got for us, brother?
Oh, thank you very much, Jake. That's right. I am Gus, Two Blunts Langley. And today I'm going to be playing the cleric of Glorp, who likes to be taken seriously, Dickens Tangleface. Oh my goodness. Favorite Adam. Well, I guess we've covered a lot of the bases. So I'll say Billy Madison, which, I mean, is that it, Dad? Did the penguin tell you to say this? Oh my God, the absurd humor in that movie is so good. Who would eat 37 sacked lunches?
Yeah, they're just laughing their asses off, eating all of the lunches.
Oh my God. All right, okay. Let's play D&D.
Yow! Oh man, I'm glad. Usually it sucks being at the end because so often somebody steals mine, but in this case they didn't. The Water Boy,
Yeah.
the Water Billy Boucher, man, that movie is just such a
Bobby.
gem. What?
Bobby Boucher.
Robert.
Bobby? What did I say?
You said
Billy.
Billy. You said
Gosh,
Willie.
I don't even.
Boucher.
Somebody
Billy
else
Madison.
DM.
Oh,
Fake-
Billy Madison.
Fake
That's what it
geek
was.
girl.
I'm
They-
retiring from Weed&d. I am so embarrassed.
Thanks
Well,
for joining us
Cruise
this week,
is
everybody.
in that movie because it's like that's who they're parodying, and they asked her to do it, and she said yes.
That's so good. Ah, man, but yeah, the Water Boy, the glacier water. Who doesn't want to drink that glacier water? You know what
Oh
I'm
man,
saying?
God.
Sounds so
It's
refreshing.
still cold.
Like 90s cartoon pizza, but then
Dude.
that water.
To
Like,
wash it down. 100%.
oh my God.
It's
Yeah.
still cold. It's still
Toast.
cold.
Oh, forever.
Snakes
And
don't
when
really have.
Roboito shows up at the end,
Yeah.
yeah, Roy
Oh,
Barrow.
boy, so.
I'm your daddy.
The end of the
me.
long time. Oh my gosh.
It's me.
Oh,
It's your daddy. It's Roboito.
Welcome to Water Boy and D&D. Ooh, a Water Boy campaign? I'm on it. I'm gonna make
I
that.
want to be
There we go.
Date. That guy Date that always talks like this. Date.
your ass is tanner than my face.
Can I please be the coach when his face turns into a baby?
Mama told me not to get a tattoo of Roy Orbison on my ass.
Mama doesn't know. Don't
What
hurt
Mama
her.
don't know.
All right, guys. As you can see, we are obviously just very pumped just to be back together. It's nice to have the whole squad. Obviously, you guys were missed. Gus, I know you crushed your gig. Abby, obviously, you had an amazing birthday, but it is so nice to just be here with you guys. I fucking love you to death.
Oh yeah.
And so, pardon us while we engage in our Adam Sandler love, just a little bit on this front end here. But we do have us a little ritual we like to do around here. Maybe you heard about it, maybe you haven't, but we like to take a lighter, like this blue one here, changing it up. Make sure we're not going to light any of our friends, family, or household pets on fire and go. Light us up. Guys, let's play some fucking D&D. Ow! WeeDnD, high fantasy, literally for you and me. So load up bowl and make a roll to take control. WeeDnD. Ooh, the intro. Oh, when you're gone a week and then the intro, it just it lights all my fires. Mad love to the entire design team on this production, man. This is truly quite a team to be reckoned with. So I can't wait to show you guys all the fucking crazy shit we're gonna do in this wild room. But for now, if you will please allow me to set that mood. When last we left the helping committee, they narrowly escaped the portal of the grave, a sad portent of a potential future of the realm of Sativon. Two powerful beings called forth by the ever-burning torch in the hidden altar beneath Humble Patch proposed a test of the spirit of the newly formed group of adventurers as they floated adrift in a cosmic void, with portals through time and space appearing before them. Dickens couldn't resist the call of a familiar female voice calling him my son, and went into the portal showing a carnival floating on a rock through fucking space. It didn't say fucking, but I added it. His allies followed, and together they overcame bizarre midway challenges just before a master hand plucked Dickens away. In pursuit, Gary, Pickles, and Digby were again pulled into the strange void, choosing to move forward into the realm of gravestones, which revealed names of loved ones the helping committee have left behind. As they attempted to reach a blade on the horizon, the corpses of their fallen loved ones raised from their graves and attacked. The battle was nearly the end of Gary Greenheart, but the dark forces could not overcome the power of fellowship, and they were pulled into the void once more. All right, guys, we jump back in. Amaryllis VonCheux. We rejoin you in the moment before the great confluence of magic that summoned your party to the void, and you see Gary Greenheart placing the ever-burning torch of the Green Lady into this outstretched statue hand. And just as the frame sets into the handle on the side of the wall in this strange altar revealed by Tarvin Tinderberry under the Church of Humble Patch, he brought you guys down there, and as this torch is about to be set, you feel a ping. Boom! Reaches into the core of your spirit. It's a familiar energy, and even though it's only been gone for a matter of minutes, probably 15 minutes or so at this point, it is again the energy of the God Seed. You almost feel a psychic link connecting you to the life force that lives within that you have this strange maternal instinct over. But for a moment, as you look at your friends and allies, everything just kind of fades away. And you see, as if you're looking through the lens of the God Seed itself, as it's flying toward the center of the continent of Ganjaria and the great mana tree that reaches up and touches the sky. Pure magical energy emanates off of this strange tree, and little seeds of magic energy start traveling toward the seed, as if the seed, as you had hoped, is feeding off the strong magics that are present there. And so perhaps this kind of telepathic link that you have with it in this moment is the recipient of that extra boon of magic. You see it skyrocketing once more just below you on the horizon, the large army of 20,000 troops awaiting outside the black iron gates that protect Sativan. Beyond them, the strange blight, but you continue rocketing forward toward the tree. In this moment, you feel the tinge of destiny in your soul as you kind of start seeing these energies all start stemming from all the different regions of Ganjaria, all toward the God Seed. And you hear it whisper to you, "There are many futures in this realm. My power unlocks many doorways." And suddenly, like framed out in front of you are all these different glimpses into potential futures. And you see all these awaiting hands kind of reaching for the God Seed as it reaches, as if many people and large forces are at play are trying to reach forward and gain control of this seed. Now remember the idea of what it is, even you just mentioned Sardior and this God Seed was born. In this moment, as you start to watch these different energies take control of the God Seed, you see potential futures kind of laid out in front of you. You see the familiar face of Alonza Quinfallow and her, wild elfish hands reaching for the egg. And as her skin makes contact with it, you watch as the great mana tree itself is sundered. And from the tree stalks stands a golden god that's clearly elven. It has the long elvish ears. Corlon the Rathian. You've read of him. He was the god of elves before the fall of Everendel, before the birth of this new world. The magics that created Ganjaria separated the old gods of the outer planes from this new world, and thus new deities have formed. Tina Smoothhands becoming the Green Lady, Glorp, the Lord of Confusion, in the way of the path of the abstract. And you can only imagine through the other kingdoms, they had to have come up with their own gods, brought into life by their belief in them. And so you see Alonza Quinfallow, basically, as she touches the God Seed, she summons forth the god of her will, the Corlon the Rathian, the god of the elves, who sat over the Feywild and lived there. And you watch as the world is kind of torn asunder by this new energy with the god Corlon the Rathian at the center. As you're looking at this, you see a flash in another vision, and you shift focus and look aside. Sitting in the great mana tree in a twisted throne of purple and gray crystals, you see Queen Mab. this fair-skinned, skinny fey creature. You know, her crown kind of stems like roots at the bottom of a tree growing from the top of her head. She's dressed in an elaborate purple and blue crystal dress, and she sits upon a magnificent throne. You know, the entire wall behind her, it's as if the mana tree itself has carved this beautiful palatial, palace that she rules from. You know, Queen Mab, the creature that created Ganjaria. And so you see this kind of dark, you know, she's the lord of ice and shadow. And so you see as she reaches out, you know, cold waves of air and steam stem off of her hand. And when she grabs the seed, you watch the origin myth play out. You see remember when Ganjaria was created, Queen Mab, her original intent was to destroy the half of the people that got teleported to this new world in the confluence at the end of our last campaign. She was sent to destroy the realm of men and bring about a world of solely fey creatures. But as this blight started spreading near the southern continent, she had to give magic to the realm of men in order to battle this blight. It was stronger than she was. Now you see as she captures the power of the god seed, she grows even bigger, like almost matching the size of the tree itself. And with a fell hand, she freezes the entire realm of Ganjaria. And you see the potential future if Queen Mab were to get her hand on this seed, rather than bringing about a god of her own, consuming the power and becoming the deity that would have the power to wash this realm asunder. You see as glimpses of strange worlds where the Feywild reflection and the Shadowfell reflection have collapsed into one space. And that is where you stand currently. I'm going to take you there on this map here real quick.
Take me there.
Take me there.
Take me there.
So Tina, this is what you see. Before you sits a land clearly torn asunder by many energies. You see the creeping shadow of the strange, the realm of shadows, the Shadowfell, has kind of tainted the earth itself. And you know, Sativan has these beautiful soils, and they've all kind of been corrupted by this black root. The mountains themselves all around you are cast in dark fire. Now you do see beautiful plumes of fey life, grasses that twist and grow, and flowers that seem to bloom and die in an instant. And you could just kind of taste the combination of all the realms. Far off, you see a twisted castle where the mountain seems to have fused to it. And in this reality, the god seed has actually grown into a great dragon of fire in the sky. You see the Ruby Maiden. And so in this moment, as you look into the sky, you see the image of the Godseed crack, and this great fire dragon raises out of it and begins to light the entire realm ablaze. She washes the world with a sea of fire. And as this fire spreads, it starts to burn away the Fey and the Shadowfell. And in its ash, in what is left, indeed, it seems the land has been cured and will start anew. But as you know, when you had spoken to the creature within the Godseed and warmed of this bath of fire, you're kind of seeing perhaps what she means. Bringing the Ruby Maiden back into Ganjaria could potentially spell the end of the life upon it, but be a chance for a world anew. So, you know, you're kind of just like being barraged by these images, and you see all these potential futures. And then for a moment you see in the center of your vision this strange dark void. You know, you see the potential futures all fade away. You feel that sensation of skyrocketing through the Godseed itself as it travels through time, kind of drift past you. And you're kind of singularly focused now on this strange void. You see the power of light, and this holy fog washes down this dark, shadowy entity and this kind of wave of green, necrotic energy washing over your allies. You notice they're strangely missing Dickens' Tangleface. You know, you look around and you see floating around them are many of these strange portals. And as you turn and look, Gary, Digby, and Pickles, you guys rip out of that little seam that you had been sucked into, you know, where the sword was split and that little tear in the pocket dimension sucked you guys through after your battle in the
graveyard.
Yeah, one sec here. My Roll20 just crashed. I'm just refreshing it.
Refresh me.
This is the song when we refresh Roll20.
Refresh.
Everybody sing refresh song. There we go.
Ryan Gosling's going to be in the Refresh movie.
All right. So you guys come out of the portal, and it's the similar experience that you had when you ran through the tent at the space carnival and were summoned back to the void. So it's like once more after you resolve these kind of portents, these portals all around you, you seem to be getting spit back into this strange void. You kind of floating there amidst, again, separated by these cosmic energies. But as you turn back and look, you see that benevolent gold light, that hovers over top of you. I'm going to bring you back into the void. Shoots a little beam of yellow magic at the portal on the far left side. And you actually see Amaryllis as if standing on the other side of a mirror, looking back at you, and it's all coming back to you, Amaryllis. Suddenly you almost see this like wavy magic veil in front of you and your friends on the other side. Behind you, this, what we call the Blight Wild, this, what would occur if the three realities all confused into one location, and the world that may be revealed if the Ruby Maiden were to be let out. In this moment, Amaryllis, you're kind of standing there. You see the Gary, Digby, and Pickles kind of floating in that space. You see Gary looks like in bad shape. Like he's bleeding from his chest. He's got like a black eye, and he's like all bruised up. Like it looks like they've been through hell since you saw them last. And which to you felt like just a moment as you saw all these different flashes and everything. You look back, and suddenly they're in this place. So Amaryllis, as you stand kind of on this precipice, what do you do?
I take that next step. I myself am weary, and I know that being back with the group is the answer.
True. So far it's, you guys have often run into your biggest problems when you are away from each other. It's fun. Don't split the party, they say. So yes, you feel almost this bright push at your back. You're not as in tune with the green lady as Gary is, but this benevolent light source, this figure that seems to be floating in the void as well, the source of this yellow energy, stems through her in some way. This is the divine light of the green lady herself. And you feel almost a nudge at your back as you pop through the portal. Now, as you've seen before, guys, the portal that she's in, as you look beyond her, you see that the burning mountain range, the dark creeping soil of the Shadowfell, the blooming life of the Feywild, and this world perpetually lit in flame. You see the portal kind of closes behind her, as it did when you came out of now both the graveyard and the carnival. So you see Amaryllis, as you step through, it's like stepping through a barrier of water. You just kind of feel the energy, and then Amaryllis, you're afloat now. Your feet are no longer touching the ground, and you're just kind of floating adrift, and you lock eyes with your party. You guys see Amaryllis step into the void. What do you do?
Did we see where she came from? Like,
yes.
Do we see? Okay.
Yes.
Bonjour. What was that all about?
It was pretty crazy. I don't know if I have like the words for it, but it felt like everything all at the same time. On fire also.
I'm just so happy you're alive.
I'm happy to be here too.
Aw, Digby. You do feel that beautiful touch of somebody who you've been worried about, as you chased her through the carnival, seeing, glimpses of a tail and feet that has kind of driven you along your way at this point. You almost have to take a breath when you look and like, is this real? Like, is this more magic? And, you see that you smell the familiar smell, you see the friendly face, and you hear the lovely voice. It's just like, Amaryllis is back.
Yeah, and I it feels good to have my feet planted. Well, my feet aren't planted. Never mind. I'm still floating, right?
Yeah, you float, girl. Yeah, at
okay.
this point, I know. You're like, gosh, why am I always flying through the sky these days? But yes, the void, just because you weren't here when we kind of described it the first time, it is this kind of seemingly like endless nothingness that has these strange, this little green light torched all these portals. And they had their choice of where they would go. Now, Dickens was pulled into, he heard what he thought was his mother's voice, or a feminine voice, that called him into this carnival dimension. And it is in that moment, Amaryllis, that you, again, having seen so much, you kind of take stock and realize Dickens is not there.
Oh. Where's Dickens?
Well, we were trying to find him. We were in some sort of, you say, like circus tent, and then he was taken away. Like a circus.
Carnival or
like
something.
Some sort of circus.
Like a state fair, maybe.
And then a big hand came up and grabbed him and took him away, and
He got yoinked.
He got yoinked indeed.
Oh.
the hand was like the size of what I imagine a Buick would be if Buicks existed.
Yes.
It's
That's
very
what-
Yeah,
Maybe you just invented
And-
Buicks.
Right.
roughly Buick-sized, pretty much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Having never heard of a Buick yet.
Yeah.
How about a Shrewick? Could I?
Also-
Oh, you son of a... God, you're good at those, Drew. Or should I say, Shrew?
But also, Gary almost died.
There's that. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That is what happens when we are missing everybody. So, how
I think we need to employ some sort of buddy system or
yes. Mhm.
yeah.
Like a cold tree or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something, or because how can you expect to be a helping committee if you cannot even help yourselves? You know what I am saying, you know?
Ah, here. Here.
Amen.
You hear as you guys
Amen.
kind of go over this, you're trying to like reconnect, with the information of what you've learned and what's occurred, and it's just kind of the shock of being again once together in this void, the fear of Dickens. You hear this cackling laughter emanating from the void of shadow on the other side of the realm. See you the tests of these simple mortals. They destroy, they kill, they inflict wounds upon those they care not for and worry only of their own pasts. The golden light from the other side, but they stood together. They were able to defeat their past and move forward. But look at the plants, the flowers. And you guys look over where the portal of the gravestones was, and you recall as Digby, you're like burning your giant flamethrower to kill these zombies that are like literally killing you. Suddenly you watch,
Not
it's
me.
like all the flowers that had bloomed around it and the flowers of the graveyard were seared away. You hear the dark shadow. They care not for life that is not like them. These 5 shall be like the other 5. This realm is doomed.
We
Dude,
heard that.
that's good, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it seems like a thing.
Doom. That. Yeah.
What is very interesting is that this voice does not understand that not all things are black and white. But
I'm
hey,
gray.
if that's, if that is your measure of what you are deeming as worthy, when it takes multitudes and sometimes people have to make very hard decisions I feel like Pickles was kind of thinking about like the Nade family and what Pickles does. Like sometimes you have to make very hard decisions and things happen. Nothing is black and white.
Yes.
You see the
Yeah.
gold light that's kind of like guided Amaryllis here. You see it glow a little bit in that moment. I speak not for them, for they speak so valiantly for themselves. You are a fool. You hear the dark voice. I understand. And you see the like kind of swirling darkness come center in this great void and starts, you feel the imposition of its power down upon you as you float. It's almost like a reverse gravity bubble pushing you away for a moment. Explain
like to-
yourself.
I want to cry out. Gary's pretty zooted at this point because he's had a rough time, but who in the heck are you, by the way?
I was gonna say, who's talking right now?
Who are you? Right.
Yes. Many questions, so few answers.
Just one, and the answer is your name. Who are you?
It still wasn't an answer.
I'm not in the mood for riddles.
It wasn't a hard question. I just.
All right, give me a charisma check, Gary.
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 Do something charismatic.
Do
Do
something.
something, Gary.
Gary,
Do
It's on that
something,
the classic
Gary.
Gary
Do
smile.
something, Gary.
All right, let's see here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey.
all right.
Okay.
The green heart razzle dazzle.
Give
All
him
of
the
it.
old razzle.
You feel the waves of this energy. You know, Gary, you step forward, even though you're on your deathbed, you still speak with VonCheux. And as this shining light that kind of is instilled by the green lady, you know, as it resonates, so too do you. And you know, even though everything hurts, you just kind of stand yourself up straight and you challenge this beast to tell you its name. And you see the portal, like the dark portal of magic starts warping. And you hear it echoed back. My name is Cynthius. And we hear the name Cynthius. Dickens. You hear the explosion, you know, you're like looking around and you look down and you see yourself as a baby. You know, it's your own little, it's like your same clown painting and everything. Fixated down into this little like wrapped and swaddled baby that's lying on a table. The building that this baby is in is being like attacked and destroyed. You see the walls shaking, you know, dust crumbles from the ceiling. And you see laying next to you is a woman. She has, on her face is painted the markings of the Harlequin mask, the same one that you saw in the carnival dimension. She looks like she's in a great deal of pain. She's sweating. And you see she looks over at you. You know her nose almost comes to that soft pointed tip. And she lays down with one hand, reaches out. And she says, "Will he live? Will he live?" And this man
I try to
comes in.
scream and nothing happens but a honk.
Honk, honk. You know, it's like, yes, you know, you try to interact. You feel yourself drawn to this woman, but you can't cross the distance and the space. You know, the last thing you remember was stepping on board the hand as you were drawn into the carnival, and it pulled you into this memory. You look down and you see, will he live? And a clown in a doctor's coat comes in. You see he's got a big, bright red nose and puffy, curly hair, similar to yours. You know, the big, multicolored clown hair walks in, and he's like checking you for health. And he's like, "Yes, it seems he'll live. It seems he'll live." And he holds you up. And then she says, "What?" And she reaches over to the other side of her. She says, "What about the other?" And she puts her hand on another swaddled baby that has this multicolored hair, but the colors are in opposition to yours. Where your hair starts with the blue streak, hers starts with the red, and it's like mismatched colors on the other side. You see another baby. She reaches out, and the figure walks over, grabs this other child, lifts it up, and like puts his head to his chest, and he says, "I'm sorry. I fear she is no more. Cynthius is nearly here. This building will not last much longer. We must get him to safety." You see the woman like tries to climb out of the bed. Yes. Oh, she braces herself on the table and looks forward, stumbling over to where you're laying on this little table. She lifts you up. "I will follow the tunnels. We shall meet with the flayers. I've struck a deal for us." You see she kind of this building that they're in starts crumbling, and you find yourself following them down this collapsing tunnel. You know, you hear this dark, evil laughter, similar to the dark figure in the void, kind of booming over the planet. And you see this giant white glove punches in the side of the wall. She looks back and, you know, lets out a cry as you see this giant white gloved hand scoops this other swaddled child and pulls it away. "No!" she cries out, you know, holding this small baby of you, looking up as this hand goes away with, you know, her other child. She has no option left. The ceiling begins to collapse. The walls start. You see she turns to the side, puts her hand on the wall, and this strange blue rectangle goes around her hand, and the door opens as if the wall appears from nowhere. You just see it kind of slide to the side. She's like going down this hallway. You see, you know, she's like fighting through the earthquakes on the ground and trembling walls. And finally, she stumbles into a room. You see this nightmare creature, an illithid, a mind flayer, standing about 7 feet tall, face that looks like a purple octopus with these long clawed fingers. You see it speaks not with its mouth, but with a bulb that glows in its mind. And even though you're in this dream, you hear it as well. "Our deal is met. I shall get you to the other plane, but you must go now. Cynthius is nearly here." You see, he turns around, and behind him is a vehicle unlike anything you have seen in the realm of Ganjaria. It's this long, it appears to be made out of metal, but it's this like clean, it has like a reflective surface, and it's long and pointed, and it looks like a boat, but it's not in water. You see it has giant sails that come up from a large central mass and oars on the side, but it's all this strange kind of shiny metallic material. You see the Mind Flayer turns around as this Harlequin stumbles forth into the ship. Again, a door kind of opens from nowhere, and she stumbles up these strange gridded steps. Kunk, kunk, kunk. You hear the sound of metal beneath her feet as she collapses into a pile of her withered self. Emotions overtaking her. She looks down at this crying child. Honk, honk, honk. Little Dickens baby clown face is honking back at her, and she says, "It's fine. We'll be far away from here in time. Cynthius will never have you." And she wipes a tear away from your baby face. You see the giant tentacled illithid creature, this Mind Flayer, floats rather than walks. Its long, eerie arms kind of drift next to it as it looms forward. And it gets into the ship, sits down in this chair, and puts a strange helmet on its head. It's this big metal bowl-looking thing that has all these wires and contraptions that are plugged into it. You see it starts glowing with the emanations of his mind. And this ship, this strange spelljammer, shoots out of this thing, and you're hurtling through space super fast.
Hell yeah.
We cut back to the void. You see this strange shadow being bending its will over you, and you hear the name Cynthius echoing through. Devourer of worlds.
Bonjour, we are the helping committee.
Yes.
We help people.
We help people.
That's us. We help.
That is what you wish to do, is help.
No, that's what we do.
Yeah, we very, very clearly said it, sir. Thank you.
It's
we
been
help.
proven. We killed a snake.
And yet, your ally lies in peril, and you do nothing.
But so you are telling us that he is in peril. We need a means of which to, help him. You help us help him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We also just started doing this. To put this kind of pressure on us, it just
There's
seems
many ways to
Well,
help
we're a small business. We are just getting started, and
I work in a restaurant. I'm dealing with dragons and demons and shit.
You see, as you talk, you see he's like, the challenge awaits, the final of this test. We shall see who is right, this golden beam or the world eater. Suddenly, the shining yellow light behind you glows. It is not fair to challenge them thusly. They have been through so much, sent so much peril. We should give them the chance to regain their strength. And you kind of feel this confluence of power bubbling on either side. The darkness before you, the golden light behind you.
Wait, if you would allow us to help ourselves, as they say you cannot pour from an empty cup, they say, so if we could just help ourselves first, then we can finish this final test with all of our gusto, I guess is how you could say. Our might.
The golden light kind of moves itself down to the opposite side now. I think it only fair. You see, Cynthius reflects upon it. Very well. If you wish to complete my challenge, you should be at your best. Do what you will, woman. You see the gateway behind you. You see this little portal on the south end. Suddenly, the image behind it changes. That was the portal of the Burrow restaurant originally, with the haunting ghost figures that were walking within it. But suddenly, you see a familiar fire as the portal kind of rematerializes itself. It is the campfire by which you all met originally. That strange pinpoint in the dark that you have now come to again and again throughout this strange travel that you've experienced at this point. But you see behind it, basically her being like, come, have your rest. And you see the portal kind of glows and opens it. Rather than the others, it has this vibrant golden light that surrounds the outside of it, beckoning you within. But again, your successful charisma there has influenced this. you are offered this chance to go through the portal. You know, you see the all the other portals kind of frozen in time. You've been offered this opportunity to rest yourselves by the campfire once more.
Hold on, if we go in there, will time still pass? Are we going to is our friend going to be dead? Is this some sort of monkey's paw, if you will?
You see Chrysanthus, you know, the Chrysanthus, the giant shadow energy, kind of rumbles in the sky. Very well. Fear you not, I am fair. And you see revealed kind of over here where Dickens' token is. You see that giant circus tent, the one that you guys tried to travel through and chase Dickens as he was pulled away. But you see the big giant tent appears in the kind of the space before you. The curtains themselves open, and you see in the center of this circus tent is the gloved hand holding Dickens, and they appear to be frozen in time. It shall not progress until you return, but this will be the last of my kindnesses. And he looks down on you, Gary. You feel the bend of this dark energy in your will. I almost tasted of your life once, Greenheart. I endeavor to do so again.
Emphasis on the almost, buddy. Till next time.
That's so off-putting.
All right, so yeah, do you guys want to take this this earned opportunity of rest?
Yes. How's this? Is it long resty? Can I get all my health back?
So, all right, I realize I have thrown a ton of stuff at you guys.
No, just the three of us.
I know. You guys have been pretty beat up. So we are coming back to camp. Our man Dickens Tangleface is not present, but has been benefited of rest through his experience as well.
Cool.
But yes, suddenly, as you guys float through the portal, you feel that feeling of passing through a bubble, and you land next to the campfire once more. We shift over. Go ahead and long rest, guys. While we do this, give yourselves your spell slots back.
Cool. Just real quick before we flip over, Pickles, as always, whenever a long rest happens, just walks over, just walks barely in, and then just drops. Yeah. It's Andy's here, just drops, and that's how Pickles rested. Just wanted to add a little spice, a little bit of on there.
Your head's coming off a little bit.
And before we go in the portal, I want to give a little smoothie. It's kind of between, because the green and the gold light, I'm kind of confused with all these, otherworldly beings, but I know I'm grateful towards the green lady. So before I hop through, just give her a little.
Yeah. So, again, it's like this golden energy, the one that rallied to save you from the strange shadow hand that would have, was trying to grab you when you put the torch in the thing. Again, this golden energy is not the green fire of the green lady, but it does seem to be an entity that serves through her, so not necessarily a manifestation of her, but perhaps a powerful being that serves at her request.
I seen it.
So there you are once more. It's like stepping into an image of the past, quite literally. The fire burning, you see Pickles just kind of falls over sideways, and there's this strange everything's real quiet all of a sudden. You know what I mean? After all these strange confluences of magic, we go and long rest, guys. Spell slots, hit points, all that, and any class race abilities. We shift back over to you, Dickens. You're hurling through space on a strange Spelljammer ship. It's glistening through the ethereal or the astral sea. It's like a sea of stars that it's just kind of going through. And you see this strange, clearly evil creature seems to have struck some deal with your mother to get you away. As it flies through space, you look behind you and you see that exact rock, that carnival through space, that flying rock with vibrant colors in this strange carnival parade being consumed, broken into pieces as this giant white hand rips at one side, and then the other hand is this giant hand of shadow, similar to the one that reached for you guys in the cave. You see as these two hands grab this asteroid hurling through the astral sea, and this giant evil face starts billowing on the horizon. It's larger than the asteroid itself. You see just the outline of glowing purple and black eyes. This giant mouth begins to consume the essence of your home planet. And you watch as all the energies, the life forces within are all consumed. And as you're flying away, this big giant shadow hand is like chasing your spelljammer. You guys are flying through space. Suddenly you realize you like warp into another plane, and you're flying by the city of brass and the plane of fire. You look down on a sea of endless flame and lava and this beautiful brass city that glows beside it. Suddenly you feel another shift. You're near the plane of earth, this endless shifting stone, as if the earth is like eating itself. Tectonic plates always shifting, giant creatures made of stone walking upon the horizon. It appears the ship that you're in is able to cross between the thresholds of the planes themselves. You see a couple things beyond your comprehension: the burning fires of hell, the golden gates of Mount Celestia, and kind of the entire planar cosmos laid out before you as this ship just transmits through all these places. Suddenly, you see this floating leaf, 5-pointed leaf, this landmass amidst a frozen sea. The ship seems to be going forward. You look behind you. The shadow hand is not reaching out after you anymore, unable to follow you through all these various jumps. But you see the mind flayer, the elephant steering the ship, just slumps back in his chair as if all these jumps wore too heavily on his mind. And you watch as the ship comes hurtling down toward the world of Ganjaria. You see the ship plummeting in. You see the look on your mother's face as she reaches for you. She says, "My son, I love you." The whole vision starts to shake. The ship blasts into the earth, and suddenly, Dickens, you like breathe, and you're standing inside the circus tent. The white hand wrapped around you, suddenly opens. You hear that. You look around, and there's this giant circus tent. You're kind of floating in this hand, and time stops. We jump back into your long rest, guys. You're all kind of laying around this campfire. Anything? Now, this is kind of a golden boon, an opportunity. Was there anything else you needed to do during this long rest?
God damn it. Am I able to fix my gun?
Yes. Give me a, okay, so you have your tools. Give me an alchemist tools check.
I'm so sorry. Use my tools to what?
If you click on the tools, that should be on like the bottom left. I think your alchemist tools are in that menu. I might have to jump through your sheet just to make sure I'm not thinking of something else.
I see there's like other, but
Digby.
Oh no, I just wait.
Take those tools.
That one.
Boom.
I went a little bit too far.
You did it. Okay, so yeah, yes, your tinkerer's tools. DC 10. Now, Digby, the next time it breaks, that DC will go up by 1. Okay, so like fixing the gun gets harder the more you have to fix it. You might have to build a whole new one, you know what I mean? But like this specific gun with the tools and the things that you have on you. So now the DC, which was 10, if it breaks again, the next time the DC would be 11. Exactly, and it would scale. So in this case, though, you kind of sit down, you see, the resting spirits, everybody's got heavy thoughts. Gary just dealt with the death of his father, battling this creature of his father, almost being killed by a zombie of Amaryllis. This strange, thing. You see Amaryllis, can't help but still see the flashes of all these potential futures, the power of what this god seed represents kind of beaming in her eyes. Pickles is just ragdolled on the log nearby and is completely out. But in this quiet, your newly awakened mind, remember all the synapses, and you're becoming, this artillerist, this new discipline of artifice. These things you kind of think, oh yes, and you like reach into your tools, and you have what it takes. The Schruger is back with you.
Boom.
And we had talked about potential upgrades of it. I would say that would exist in a different space, but for right now, the one you have is back.
Hey.
It can shoot the magic stone still, remember, which gives you an extra 30 range on your magic stone bullets. And so, yes, but the Schruger is back. Well, you try to do it, and it like flies away, and you like waddle over.
Go and pick it up, brush the dirt off of it.
But your glasses fall off.
No one's, yeah.
And then you go to put those, and then the gun falls out of the holster.
And then that super long, just rip your soul apart laugh from Tank Badgerly comes in after I drop everything in the dirt.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Tank's, I love that character so much.
He's the best.
Somebody had requested a side adventure of Tank Badgerly, and there's a part of me that's like considering what that might look like.
Do we play his badgers? Is that what we do? We just
That's
play
it.
the badgers?
You're all just because he needs new badgers, so it's like it begins. The corpse of a dead snake nearby. He summons whatever badgers are nearby, and you 5 show up, and you're like, it's like Final Fantasy, but you're all different classes of badgers.
Oh.
Nice.
I'm not taking this seriously, but I'm kind of taking this seriously. All right, so yes, in this long rest, Digby, you are able to repair your Shruger. Like I said, you get all your spell slots back, your turret uses, all that stuff. Amaryllis, you get all your spells and everything as well.
Nice.
Anything else you guys want to do in this kind of like little pocket long rest?
I just want to let Amaryllis know, and I'm a little triggered at first. I see her fingers, the same ones that shot some magic fucking missiles into me. But I want to let her know. I'm taken aback. Hey, we missed you. I'm gonna borrow some Z's now, and if I can grab Pickles and just go to sleep.
All right, yeah, Gary,
Aw.
you kind of go over. Oh yes, it even layered correctly.
I
You go.
saw some weird memories, like going back from childhood to through all the shit I've been through, and it's like sometimes the stuff from your childhood is like what you can go back to and be like, it's that comforting nostalgia.
Heck yeah. And yeah, so you see, you lay in the position that you're perpetually in. So you go like this, and you have a quarterstaff, and then you like lay sideways, and that's you. You see Pickles is sitting there, cigarette. Pickles is unconscious, like she does, like completely dead, but there's still strangely a cigarette burning at her at the end of the little palm. So there you go. You kind of lay back and you rest. And yeah, so currently we kind of have this setting here. You see Amaryllis, kind of all those harrowing things. You kind of look over, you see Digby working away at his Shruger, fixing things. You see every now and again he like looks up and steals glances. But you guys have anything you want to do?
I'm still processing everything. There's been quite a lot going on, but I am exhausted. But I do want to say goodnight to Digby before I shut my eyes. Good
I would
night.
also like to say goodnight and take Gary's vibrato and curl up in Amaryllis's lap and fall asleep as well. No, I'm just kidding.
The dumps are warm. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's a little
super
space
warm,
heater
but
in
there's
there.
also a fire, so I'm like, too warm?
No, it's too funny not to do though now because I want to turn you sideways.
Oh,
now.
Then turn me sideways and put them dumps.
Aww.
That's exactly what
You see, he's like, all right. So you guys, you get your long rest. It's like you're sitting there. You feel that kind of benevolent glow of the light fixture. You see, you hear the voice, Gary, as you're kind of like laying back. You have like a semi dream in this strange rest moment around this campfire. But you hear the Green Lady speak forth, and she says, "Stand for me, my warrior of virtue. The final test awaits." The golden light kind of starts filling up the space around you. The fire grows ever bright and just kind of consumes the campfire itself. You're all burned on fire. Oh, no. No. So you see it just kind of glows to a bright, and suddenly all of you are kind of jolted awake. And you're floating once more in the void. You hear the light. "I've done all I can for you. From here, you must prove yourself." The voice of Cynthius. "Yes, foolish mortals. Come in, save your friend. Do what you think is right."
Okay.
Did we find out the name of the light? Not the dark light, but
You
the
did
light
not.
light?
The golden light.
Do you wish to ask?
May we?
Who do I thank? Yeah, who do I thank for this blessing?
Yeah.
We really needed it.
We really needed that golden shower.
Roy.
She says, "My name is Amora, servant of the Green Lady."
Oh,
All right.
she's pretty great though, huh, Amora? Thank you. Nice to meet you, but
She is splendiferous. All right, yeah, you see, it looks like it used up quite a bit of its power to provide you guys this luxury of a rest in this moment. But you see, kind of before you, just off to your northeast, whatever that is in the void. You see the circus tent, with the front banners pulled back, standing in the center of it. Dickens Tangleface standing on this white glove. You see the white glove starts crackling with dark energy.
Ooh. Oh, crap.
As time starts again. Dickens, you're standing on the glove once more, and you look down. You see it's somewhat more translucent than you remember. The comforting glove of what felt like your mother's hand, which drew you in here. This hand seems to be changing beneath your feet. It becomes a little bit more translucent, and you see these black like strikes of lightning start kind of shattering through the glove itself. You hear the warped carnival music. You kind of look around and take sight. And I'm going to bring you over here, guys. This is what you see.
Show me with my eyeball. Whoa.
Whoa.
It's a lamb.
All right, so you guys are kind of like appearing here. You see your allies coming through this center of the tent. From their. I'm going to put you guys where you were. Coming through the tent from this portal as they kind of float through the void. You see Dickens, you're kind of standing on this hand beneath you, and suddenly you kind of look to the north side of the room. You see a giant harlequin. And when I say giant, I mean literally like 20 feet tall. That same harlequin mask that you saw both in your vision and in the space when you were flying through the space carnival. You see her tied up and strapped to the back of this circus tent. Her mouth is covered. You see the slanted silvery point slope of her sharp nose. Her eyes kind of glimmer with both fear and excitement at seeing you. But she is bound and unable to talk. She starts trying to pull against her restraints, but they appear to be magical in nature. To your east and west on either side of this giant circus tent, which is something like 80, 90 feet wide, you see a couple circus cannons are aimed toward the center of the room, and in the barrel of both of them is like a clown, like those little tiny clowns from out front when the spectacle came. They all came out of that tiny car. You see two clowns already loaded into the barrels of these two cannons, and two clowns behind them getting ready to light the fuses on them. So in this moment, this is what you guys walk into. You see this giant. You guys actually kind of see beyond the giant hand that's holding Dickens. This harlequin all tied up and strapped down in the back of the circus tent. The cannons on either side, that strange, bizarre music playing. What do you guys want to do? You step through the portal and you're in the tent.
This seems like am I awake? Am I still sleeping? What is happening?
You look around, you feel the ground beneath your feet feels tangible and real. It feels like the dirt that you walked on as you guys were at the carnival before. It's almost like you're on the other side of that portal that took you somewhere else before. But you're actually in the inside of this white and red elaborate tent that had appeared in the cosmos before you. But yeah, you are kind of like, you touch your body, you feel real. You touch your allies, they feel real. Just to, obviously I know it's character, but to be fair, that's also you've been floating through space and stuff. So it does feel tangible and real in this instance.
Are we still getting like cartoon physics at all?
Yeah, there's a little wonky cartoon physics still, because it's like that. It's that same place, that planet that seemed to be an element of the physics of that world are somewhat cartoony.
Can I scoot over to the end of the cannon and pull the clown out and hop in?
Heck yeah, you can. So you kind of are you just gonna like beeline it, or are you trying to do it quickly, or are you trying to like sneak over there? Nobody's talking really right now. It's Dickens. You feel right? That the negative, the energy under your hand is negative. It's shifting. The hand that brought you in here is not now the hand that you are standing upon.
If he's going one direction to like go deal with the cannon, I want to walk the other way so that if anyone does anything, they're looking at me, and I'll go, hello. We are the helping committee. We are here to help. But I want to I'll go the other direction, to give Gary some distraction, I guess.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and move your token where you want to go.
Okay.
I think it's within Gary's movement, just the 5 diagonal squares.
Good old diagonal, right?
Squeeze.
Thank God
I
for
get
diagonals.
stressed that we're not using the buddy system, so I start to follow Pickles.
All right, so yeah, it's like this moment is here. The hand isn't reacting to you necessarily. Dickens, let's say you're still kind of coming out of it. You know what I mean? Like you're looking around. You don't really see them doing this yet. You're kind of still looking at this strange Harlequin behind you as they kind of start moving away. So Amaryllis, you're with Pickles. Digby, what do you want to do?
Well, I has anyone even tried to ask Dickens if he's all right?
I'm trying. I guess I'm in essence trying to like get attention and get somebody to say something back. Yeah.
All right, you see.
You said I was getting negative vibes from the hand.
Yes, Dickens are kind of coming into full. You look down, and it's like you see the black lightning crackling through the hand.
What's in the tent above me?
It's like a standard tent. It goes up like let's say 50 feet up. You know what I mean? Like it goes pretty high up. But it's a big giant circus tent. It just goes. You just see kind of like the stringings and trappings of a big giant elaborate tent.
Okay. So would you say that there's like maybe some trapeze stuff up there?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I want to squish down, I'll squat, and then try to like spring up and jump up to the trapeze stuff and yell that the hand's gone bad.
You see as you kind of like press your feet down and you feel that crackling energy that's inside of the glove at your feet. You kind of use it to thrust yourself up into the air. You're like, you start slowing down. You're like, will I make it? Because it's a cartoon and that's always how it has to work. Like, and you catch on at the last minute. Your fingertips grab these, the trapeze bars. You kind of look down beneath you now. You see the strange Harlequin creature strapped to the tent in the north. You see Gary Greenheart just like pops a clown, pulls him out, and hops himself inside of this cannon on the far side of the room. One clown behind it getting ready to ignite the fuse and shoot him. You see Pickles, and Digby trying to discourse with this large hand in the center of the room, which now is starting to reach up and grasp at you. Amaryllis, shortly behind on Pickles' feet. And as you jump, you see peeling out of the hand is this like translucent version of it. Not so fast, Dickens. And that's where we're going to pick it up after intermission, guys.
Dude.
Oh,
Jeez.
man. I super have to pee. I'm super sorry, though.
I just keep hearing the master hand.
That's totally it. Like, I just think always, if you're thinking like, I want to add the master hand sound in, it's always applicable at any point. Just to be clear, that was Kai Cynthia's voice, though, as well. Because I do a lot of grisly, deep voices, so it's only fair. So yes, we will. I'm going to say we're going to roll intermissionative because it's just easier to get that out of the way. So we are going to take a quick 10-minute break, guys. We do an amazing intermission around here is so fun. We do a battle royale. There's all the incredible art submitted by all these amazing artists. There's the original music of Sadie Stein. And it's just, guys, it's a journey. If you haven't just peeped it, absolutely do so. Make sure to fill up your water. Big water, we're coming for you, baby. Make sure you're hydrating, guys. It's very important. Water's so good for you. But yeah, we will be back in 10 minutes right now to resolve this. I don't know. It looks like it's some kind of crazy circus tent action.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
Not so fast. I have to pee. Welcome back, buds, to WeeDnD, the pot positive live tabletop role-playing experience. We have been having us quite a cosmic confluence of magic. I realize I keep saying that, so I just wanted to say it one more time before I don't get a chance to say it again for a while. But yes, many potential futures, pasts, and presents have been revealed to the helping committee, and now they've entered the third trial offered by the strange shadowy force who calls himself Caecinthius. You guys, let's just get back into it. We jump back in. You guys hear the clown song, the distorted, warping carnival song. You know, you see all around you, you know, Dickens is now springing up toward the air. He just barely reaches it to hang on the bar of the trapeze far above the circus tent below. You know, you see this giant hand. You hear the loud voice of Caecinthius as echoed in the void realm. Not so fast, Dickens. And you see this big shadowy hand starts reaching up. I'm sorry, I was supposed to do this. This is the song I sing when I'm dreaming. Day 100, do. There we go.
Hey.
All right, yeah, it's a little grayer now. But yeah, so you see it's no longer like the loving hand of the white soft features, but the shadow dark hand that you saw chasing you through space, through the astral sea, Dickens. When you saw apparently an origin story of sorts for how this clownkin came to the realm of Ganjaria. We're gonna jump in, guys. We currently you're sitting in the room. You see the great shadow hand reaching up toward Dickens, who's now just reached the trapeze. You see Gary Greenheart kind of sifting himself down into the barrel of this cannon. Behind him, the strange clowns that you saw, you know, now that you kind of give them a little more notice as you guys all start going about what you're going to do, you see their faces are kind of like twisted and maniacal, you know, like very much the evil clown, you know, like, what was it, Killer Clowns from Outer Space? They all have like frazzled, blocky hair, like intense eyes, mangled smiles with giant red lips and sharp teeth. You know, it's like they're very clearly like foaming at the mouth. Like these are bad dudes.
These are
And
bad clowns.
one of them gets a pop right in the face as Gary pulls him out of the cannon and hops in. We did, just to save a little time, we rolled Intermish, but we got to be honest, guys. There was 2 crits, both Pickles and Dickens crit. So you know, we got to have us a little.
The old Pickens.
2 crit hits, my friends.
Yeah, Pickens and Dickles.
Yep.
Pickens and Dickles.
Pickles and Dickles. That's one.
Don't y'all Pickens my Dickles.
I did
That's
one
two.
crit sip. Don't forget to hydrate,
That's
babies.
right. Hydrate
Big
up.
water, baby.
Big water. We're coming for you. We haven't forgotten. All right, so you guys were, you know, the way that initiative works, it's like all of these things have now happened and are, you know, it's like the hand is starting to emanate up, but the people quickest of foresight and thought are able to act before anybody else gets to go. So Pickles, you know, it's like you feel that little tickle on the soft hairs in the back of your neck, and you know things are about to go down. Close nearby, you see, I'm sorry, this clown should be behind. He's about to light the fire. Oh no, I'm sorry. This clown is inside the door. All right, so you see in front of you, you know, at the center of the room, the giant black hand reaching up towards Dickens, who's hanging on the trapeze. You see the cannon to the right of you nearly being lit by this maniacal clown behind it as another clown sits loaded in the cannon. Across the room, Gary's tucked into his cannon with 2 maniacal clowns around him. What do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna go to the clown that is about to light the second, the right hand cannon.
Yes.
And yeah, I want to like I'll do it as the pause, but I definitely want to like cut, like, you know, from like off screen, like Tony Jaa, like come in like 2 knees just right into his
Oh,
head.
dude, you said it
like
right with
from
Tony
off
Jaa.
frame.
Those
Yeah.
knees, bro.
Whoa, but I'm gonna miss.
Oh, so and just to clarify, just so you know, the pause is pretty much any of your unarmed attacks. You know, that's how
Right.
monks work. It doesn't have to just be your fist, but the pause was just too fun to be like, give him the pause, Pickles. So yes,
Does he
you
still-
fly in, and you see he's like, wah, not so, and he does the thing where like you're flying at him, and his midsection goes, and like pulls like taffy to the side, and you shoot right through where his body was. You see the cartoonish physics, and he's back. But you do have another attack. Is this your martial arts?
Yes.
Does
Cool.
Pickles still get some bless from before?
Yeah, because the none of the durations would have gone off yet. So yeah, anybody who was blessed. Oh no, because we did the long rest.
We did a
Yeah.
long rest.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, so that's kind of the trade-off. You lose the duration stuff you have going, but you get all your stuff back. So casting bless, not a bad idea. But unfortunately, yes. Just to be fair, she would not have bless.
Cool. So I failed that first one. So
Oh
make
yeah,
sure you
we got a
still drink
fucking.
for that.
I totally missed it.
And then my second one was a 16.
That's a hit.
Okay, cool. So I do 5.
Perfect. Exactly the damage. So Pickles, you fly through Gummy Man, but you kind of peek over your shoulder and you see
Yeah.
what do you do? How do you end this clown?
So I go through him, right? I lay it, I look over my shoulder, and then I just do like a big old like roundhouse kick, like wah, like a kick behind me, fucking.
All right, you
Kick
see
him
you
right.
spin kick,
Yeah.
and he kind of like noodles, and then just collapses on the ground
Yeah. Cool.
like a tossed
do
bit of
that.
spaghetti.
Let's do that.
But yeah, so you're now standing where he was. That would be your action, your bonus action. Do you have anything else you want to do? You could use a skill. We've kind of created the skill part of a round as well. If there was anything else you wanted to do, like in that degree. But yeah, it's that's your move, your action, and your bonus. So pretty limited.
I want to light or like try to aim shoot this. It's probably gonna be an action though, huh? Because
Yeah,
I want to light
probably
this
to fire.
cannon. Gotcha. Because I just wanted to light it and aim it towards the hand. Because it'd be
Nice.
funny to hit the hand with a clown.
So we can say when you
Yeah,
kick the guy away, the little like torch that the guy was holding, you catch out of the air. So you have it
Mhm.
on you. So say if somebody else wanted to help you do that, you could do that on another turn. But you're kind of like you're ready to set up that, and you have the torch in your hand. You notice that the clown that you ended, he lays on the ground, but it's almost like a snake. It's like still kind of writhing and moving on the ground, but it's currently down.
Can I light that clown on fire?
Yes, you
Okay.
just kind of take the torch. You already have it, so you're like leaning down, and you just hear the bubbling pop of what, like when you try to like light a balloon on fire. It's just like, and it just turns into a pool of paint.
Ah!
So dope. I like that.
Gross.
That one
It's the
is.
stuff of
Gross.
nightmares.
I love it.
Yeah.
I always got something like that in my pocket.
Yeah.
All right, so this one I'm just gonna move him out because my little X thing isn't working. So that one is gone though. It's not like now he's hiding outside the tent and you get attacked by a paint clown. No, you're good.
Paint clown.
Paint clown. All right, so Pickles, that would be your turn. We shift over. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, as far as a skill check, can I is this shadow hand? Actually, I guess I'm trying to. Is the Harlequin lady like? Is she okay? Is she fucked up?
Right.
Is she like? I want to like perception. I guess.
Give me a
Like,
perception.
she's just-
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, because it's to see if you're looking for details. I know it's not your hotness, but that would be an investigation check. You're kind of like looking for signs of her, of like how she's doing. You do see, she's strapped to the wall. There's some of these, like some of the ropes that tie her down shimmer with like a magic, like a little blue magic. So
Okay.
it's like she seems to be bound a couple different ways, but she has a mouth gag on as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, she does have a mouth gag on.
She does
You
have a
kind of
mouth
gave me a butt. That's kind of what I was looking for. I was gonna roll for
Right.
that. But you
Yes.
gave me a lot. Thank
yeah.
you. That was a
Totally.
freebie.
Totally.
I will remember this later.
Yeah. All right. Dickens, you look down, you see Pickles just like spaghettify and then torch this pile of paint clown as she starts setting about trying to aim the cannon and with a torch in her hand. You look down, you see this Harlequin figure to the north, Gary to the west, Digby and Amaryllis to the south, and you're suspended up holding onto this trapeze right now. Dickens, what do you do?
Well, let's get zany. So, as scary as this place is, I feel like oddly at home. And I'm sitting at the top of this trapeze and I'm looking down and I'm like, okay, think like a hand. Think like a hand. And I have this thought and I'm like, okay. And I just go with the first thing that comes to my mind. And I know what I hate is when I get hit with a hand buzzer.
Mhm.
So in this place that is unlike any other place that I'm going to try this. I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to try it. I want to burn my elasticity, my racial ability that I have as a clown in this clown homeworld type situation. And I want to take the form of a hand buzzer and fall onto the hand.
All right. So you are using your racial ability, and I'll meet you there. You know, I'm always one to. If you explain
I'll
it to me
sprinkle
through
this
lore.
on there.
Yeah.
I have an inspiration point, and I will burn it as well.
See.
Yeah.
Now, again, for those of you new to our show, we use the inspiration system as something that also called an epic opportunity, something that adds a lot of flavor to a moment, something that normally would not be able to happen through the kind of conventions of normality. We try not to break the rules too much with them, but we do use them as a chance. And in this case, I think it's pretty killer. So Dickens, you're using your racial ability and an inspiration point. You kind of think about, you start like kind of whipping back and forth on the trapeze, but rather than like you spinning, like you see your legs, suddenly it starts painting the space in between, like there's just like endless versions of your legs and shoes as it kind of like starts painting underneath the trapeze. And then it turns into basically this like blank canvas of stretched Dickens, and you form yourself shape of hand buzzer. It's this little like plate with a spell channeled inside of it. Amaryllis actually has the spell. It's Shocking Grasp. As part of this, when the hand strikes you, it will be subject to Shocking Grasp. Sound good?
Okay. Can I attempt to plummet onto the hand?
Absolutely. Amaryllis, go ahead and just cast me Shocking Grasp.
Yeah.
Do it.
So through your inspiration, through your shape-shifting, you now have access to this wizard spell. We might beef it up a little just to, you just absolutely crush that. So it takes, nice, 1d8 lightning damage, and it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn. So attacks of opportunity, things like that, maybe if it had layer reactions or anything, it is unable to do them this round. So you see as you fall, Dickens, go ahead and roll me 2d8.
Okay.
And that'll be lightning
Okay.
damage.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my god.
All right, 6. You fall. All right, so you deal 6 lightning damage to this giant spectral hand. Let me get its HP real quick. Sorry, I should have that. Here we go. And then, and you see it. The like electricity from the buzzer. It shocks the hand. I'm gonna give it a saving throw, Constitution saving throw.
Holy shit.
And see if perhaps maybe you stun it, because you did use your inspiration. So
I also, okay, so using my elasticity is a bonus action, right?
Correct. You still have your
So
action.
I still have an action.
Yep.
While the closest thing I have flavor wise to Shocking Grasp, I guess, is Guiding Bolt.
Yeah, totally.
So can I do that also?
Oh heck yeah. Is that 4d6? Guiding Bolt is so
I
good.
think so. Yeah.
Guiding Bolt is like, we really hope somebody wants to play a cleric, and they were like, give him Guiding Bolt. Oh!
Yeah.
What?
Oh
How
my
about that?
goodness.
Good.
Oops, all crit.
Okay, here's what's nuts, yo. Guiding Bolt, if it's 4d6, it's a crit, so it's 8d6. Let me just double check. Spell description 40. Holy shit.
Wow.
And you know what? Heck yeah. Dickens,
Oh, God.
as is fair, this crit, so 8d6 radiant damage. And the next person to attack the hand has advantage.
Yo.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
Dickens, roll me. Welcome to casting a fireball. Roll 8d6.
Okay, I'll have to roll 4 twice.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, over average on both.
Wow.
All right, so 29 radiant damage, as well as 6 lightning damage.
I'm vibrating as hard as I can. I'm like,
All right, and yeah, you all see as Dickens lights this thing up, it starts glowing with radiant energy. You hear Kai Sintius' voice like, no, as it sears in his hand. You know, you basically use his own like pressure against him and just drop right back on him, delivering this holy bomb of radiant and lightning. You see the glove, you know, that's kind of translucent. It's just like radiating bright light with crackles of lightning zipping all over it. You know, Amaryllis, you're like, oh, what a beautiful magic display. You know, as far as like wild magic goes, this is pretty wild. And so you see as Dickens taps into the cartoon physics of a realm that represents his home world, he kind of matches this strange cartoon, turns himself into a hand buzzer, and lights this hand up, bro. Holy crap, it's so much damage. All right. It is still there. It's definitely shaking in its glove, so to speak. But that's your action bonus, and your. Well, I guess you still have a move if you wanted to use it. You want to do any kind of move?
Bye.
It can't make a reaction, so it can't attack you if you like jumped off it.
so a hand buzzer is usually like a ring that you wear that's hidden on your hand if anybody's not familiar, and then it buzzes somebody when you shake hands with them.
Yeah.
So this is a hand and it's shaped like a hand, so I'm shaped like a ring. I want to try to get stuck on one of the fingers.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Like grappling?
You're gonna
It's
grapple
like
it.
grapple, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
You're grappling it. Yeah.
A grapple.
All right.
Ah, great.
Grapple
It's a
ring.
grapple. Grapple. Grapple.
It's grapple.
It's a grapple?
Yo,
Grapple.
this thing has crazy high strength though.
Okay.
Okay, I got a 27.
Oh, God.
So you do try, you try to slide yourself on, and it's like, remember when I said it's weird, this thing has like a low dex, but has super high strength. It's all finger strength. So yeah, beefy boy, he rolled hot too, just to be fair. He rolled a 19, but he has a +8. So he, you try to like wedge yourself on, and like one of the little fingers just kind of flicks you back toward the palm. So yeah, you're just kind of like laying there as a little ring buzzer. Pulled up, you start to rematerialize in your real form, but you're standing on this translucent hand that is now glowing gold. More susceptible. The next strike against it gets advantage.
Okay, if I turn back into me at the end of this and I still have movement, I want to get the fuck out of there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I would say that's fair. So you're like, you kind of like land it. You try to force yourself on it, and you can't. And you hop off. Now, it was coming up at you, Dickens, so I would say it's about a 20-foot drop. There'd be a dex save or take a d6 damage. You would split that in half because of your cartoonish elasticity. So do you want to jump off and risk taking a d6 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me a dexterity saving throw. DC
Okay.
14.
And it won't get an attack of opportunity right now, right?
Correct. Yeah, because of your shocking grasp. Super cool. I love
My dexterity's terrible.
Perfect. So yeah, you're going to take a d6, but you take half from falling damage because you're a cartoon. It is 3, so it would be 2. So you take 1 bludgeoning damage as you.
Okay, so I run off the hand, like
A fictional character.
Yep, you pop on the ground. You just take one falling damage there, Dickens. But that would be action, bonus action, and move. Anything else? Or are you good?
oh, thank you.
You kind of see as you land on the ground, you look over, to your right, you see this strange harlequin mask, although bound, is trying to like look its head down at you and watch you through this trial. You see a little bit of the beaming gold light of the other figure in the void behind the eyes of this woman. Kind of that gold pulsating light kind of glowing behind the harlequin mask. Gary, you feel the tight wedge of a cannon around your side as you see this hand gets lit up, quite literally, by Dickens just power bombing it with his buzzer hand. Then you see him fall off the side and whap whap. Swoosh. He kind of bounces a little bit the first time and then lands on the ground and takes 1 damage. You see Pickles across the way has spaghettified and melted one of the clowns. You see the clown that you popped in the face and threw out a cannon isn't thrilled that you did it, but it's not his turn in initiative yet. So what do?
I just want to give a in case that's the signal to light the cannon and let me go.
Yo, I like it. You're just like, you spend a lot of time with with Dickens, so you're picking up his dialect, and you throw a honk out.
You honk them bobos.
I'm gonna do it because it would be like as if they had a ready to action. So these
I'm
are
not
dumb.
cool.
Yeah, these are dumb, crazy clowns, and this is awesome. So you hear the the little torch comes down. You shoot into the air, which puts you right by this this giant hand, which you have advantage. So if you're attacking it or whatever. But Gary, you start shooting out of the cannon. You know, it's you move. You feel that strange, weird cartoon physics. You know, it's like you would go. You know, it's like everything here is a little weird. The gravity changes, and you're just kind of soaring through the air as you see this giant hand. You know, Dickens just jumping off it. What do you do?
It ain't familiar yet, but I'm kind of getting used to it. You know, sometimes that's just how you handle things. But yeah, I know this hand is not the friend of my friend Dickens, so whoop-ah! I'm gonna attack the Kaisintius hand and say, "Not so fast, Kaisintius."
Nice. She's like, "Oh, my freaking hand, bro. No way!"
What?
Come on!
Holy crap,
I'm
guys.
saying, with advantage, it just...
Dude, crit to crit.
They're enriching the dice.
Hey, there you go, Dickens. That's how dope Guiding Bolt is. It can do 8d6 damage and then help someone else crit. Like,
Woo!
best
How
first level
about
spell.
that?
Maybe shield is better, but it's so close.
Can I add one more thing to my bonus action because I saw what happened with Dickens?
Yes.
If I can throw some Thunderous Smite on top of that attack.
All right, so it's buzzing with electricity, radiant energy, and now booming thunder. Give it to me, Gary.
Give it to me, Gary. There you go.
All right, so Thunderbolt's audible within 300 feet of you. The attack deals an extra 2d6. It also, and that's crit, so it's, oh my goodness, bro. Okay.
And we get the +2 from dueling too.
You do, you get +2 from, all right.
Oh, Matthew.
Okay, so
Pickle.
roll 4d6 for the crit on the Thunderous Smite.
4d6. Okay.
God.
All right, so 12,
Talk about the spectrum. Holy shit.
and then 10, and +2 from dueling, right?
Yeah.
Now you crit those. So you got, the +2 I think is from the crit, which it is. So you get another +2. So that's 10, 12 more. Holy crap. And then, yeah, that's everything. So grand total of, let's see, that's 12, 24 damage.
Woo!
Man, yeah, you guys ain't playing. I just love the idea of it too, the building up one more. You guys hear a giant this boom of thunder erupts from the glove. You see the tent bottoms all around you kind of go and like it blows up like Marilyn Monroe's dress. Like it's just like it gets blown out by this huge thunder wave. And you look around and you see the entire circus tent is surrounded by those blurring faced clown people that were at the festival. It's just like they're all around you, all revealed as this circus tent is blown away. Haha, paint clowns. I'm kidding. They're not engaged in battle. They're simply watching. But it is kind of creepy as hell. So you see this large boom, Gary, explodes. Are you going to try to stay on the hand, or are you just going to like fly by, hit it, and then keep on flying by?
Well, I was attacking the Kaisintius hand.
Yes.
Am I able to kind of like ride that over and land in the master hand, like the not angry hand?
Okay, so yeah, the kind of like paralyzed white glove at the bottom. So yeah, where you can just kind of go through it. And yes, the Kaisintius hand, just so you guys know that underneath this, obviously, this is the hand that erupted out of it. There is still the splintered kind of frozen glove at the base, but this Kaisintius' hand has ripped out from it.
That's a good glove, though, right?
Yes, it doesn't seem to be acting. It seems to have been like its chest exploded as this other hand came out of it, but it is still there. It is still something. So you want to fall on that basically to break your fall, Gary.
If that's all right.
Yeah, because you hit it, the thunder wave kind of stops your motion, and you blow back and land on the soft glove beneath.
Stop making it so cool, Bam.
Oh my gosh, you guys did all this stuff, bro.
You're the one.
Oh, that was dope. All right, so it is Kysinthius' hand's turn. So you see, you just hear this loud, like if you had a nail go through your hand, just this loud booming anger. This trial is my realm. And you see this giant fist form. Let me see. It has two things it can do, but this fist is dope. All right, it's gonna force fist. Gary, who just lit it up with another crit. Actually, I'd say it's 50-50 chance. Dickens as well, because Dickens also lit it up with a crit. So
I don't know. You said Gary already.
I was gonna say he kind of came out with that name right out the gate. It's like Gary.
I heard Gary.
all right,
That sounds like
this is
the
a
bullseye.
this is a pretty powerful attack, but let's see.
Oh, Jake, I love you.
15 AC from the. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh, that's terrible. Plus 10, 25 AC.
Oh,
Hey, Bam. You know
maybe?
what? Nah, I don't have that.
What are you, a divination wizard? That's not the role you use. Sorry, that's a D&D. It's just a hardcore D&D joke. What are you, a divination wizard? All right. I'm sorry. That
Just gonna
guy.
hydrate in advance. Hydrate, buds.
Gary, you take 27 force damage.
Stop. What the heck?
This giant fist just turns itself like this and then just comes straight down on top of you.
That stinks, but it was worth it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
down
did
again.
more. You did
Oh
more.
man,
Are you down?
worth it.
Oh, hell yeah.
How many hit points do you have?
27,
How much did you say?
27 force damage.
dude, he's down.
I'm literally at 27.
All right, so you're at 0. All right, guys, you see as this giant hand blows through what remains of the white glove. The white glove is just eviscerated by this forceful hand. Just it's all glowing and full of lightning and thunder, and it's freaking mad because you guys have hit it so hard, and it comes down, and you just see Gary just smashed into the
Oh
ground.
my god.
You see blood squirts jet out in all directions. Gary, you're not using the cursed sword, so you're okay. You don't lose a death save right away.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
But you are crushed by this giant fist that was super mad at all the damage you just did to it. Digby,
Yes.
you watch as the standing form of Gary Greenheart is flattened to a pancake in front of you. Some of his blood barely squirts on your shoulder. You're just like,
Oh my god.
you look forward, you see him shoot out of the cannon and then strike him and then fall down and then suddenly he's just smashed. What do you do?
I'm so sad. He's alive-ish, right? Am I able to use the Eldritch Cannon to give him protector shot or temporary HP, or is he already down?
Can 0 HP players?
Man, he's pancake. We gotta blow.
I was gonna say, is he down, or can I?
Okay, so temp HP doesn't. There's no rule that prevents an unconscious creature from getting temporary HP. So here's how that would work. When a creature, if you wanted to keep just grinding Gary, he could kill him. If he just keeps hitting him, every time he hits him, it's an automatic crit because he's down. So what you could do is try to create a barrier of health that would hopefully, if he did more damage than the barrier, it would still count as an auto crit. It would just override and just blast it. But that damage would be reduced. And in this case, it could do double Gary's health and instant kill him. So this might be, if the math worked out against you and rolls weren't on your side, which tonight I don't even think is a problem. But yes, I just.
Well, I haven't rolled yet.
Even I did not know this. You can. There's no rule that says an unconscious creature cannot get temporary hit points. It does not make him conscious, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's not
Hey.
healing. All right. So, yeah.
I'll
if you
take alive.
You want to
over-
summon your protector turret?
Yes.
Now, I think it has a radius, so where you place the turret might affect more than one person.
Oh, fantastic. Well, wherever I place it, I guess. Is that ish? Did that hit both of them?
Yeah,
I'm trying to hit.
Where at? Yeah, like there.
Trying to hit right about there.
I like it when you do that right there.
Right
Yeah,
there.
what's the radius on it? Can you just check that for me real quick?
I tried to look. That's what I was the entire time I was trying to look for it and see if there was. Oh wait, no, you put it in a attack, didn't you? Yeah,
Yeah, there we
you
go.
did. Oh my god!
So it's 10 feet. You said you wanted it right there, which would reach both of them. You
Wait,
didn't,
That's not the thing though.
What's that?
Oh, it does say 10 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just
so,
trying to hit the description.
Yeah. So 4 temporary hit points. It didn't roll hot, but still, again, that barrier of HP can be very important as far as like turning a crit into a 1 failed death save. You know what I mean? Like you throw. Is it roly poly? What does your protector turret look like? It's Chansey.
Oh god. Right, I've got like a bunch of just little Jokemon around with me.
Jokemon.
I like that. That's fun.
Right.
You just like build friends is why you love friends so much.
Yeah, it's like a shot. It's like a bullet that I shoot out and like it's shaped like a heart, so when it hits him, it hits him and like attaches and puts like a little protective barrier around him, I guess.
You know, Digby, you actually have enough move if you wanted to like get up to like say there. I mean, I know it's getting closer to the hand, but if you wanted to benefit of those temporary hit points, you could. But also, that's moving closer into like this very scary middle of this tent right now.
Right, but I mean, the guy who's supposed to take all the hits took 1 hit and just lost all of his HP, and I think I'm the only one that has more HP than him.
He did. He rolled super high. It's like it's a big hit. It's a big attack, but he did roll very high.
Cause yeah, Digby's got 29 HP. So
You're like, maybe I could just barely. Yeah. Not to say you couldn't. What if he crits? Oh god.
that's what I'm like.
Just
Do
watch
I?
if you could buy out of the tent.
Anything's
The
possible.
Thoricus in me wants to just run out there and be like, no, fuck you, bro. Like, get off my
Before
get off my
temporary
guy.
points doesn't
But
seem
I'm like, that's not me this time.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm gonna, if anything, I might move ish around here. A little closer.
Okay.
And I mean, also closer to Amaryllis. Oh, shucks.
All right, sweet. So you move over there. That's your action and your move.
No, I just used the Eldritch Cannon as my bonus action. Now I get to use my actual action.
Isn't summoning the turret an action? And then, on each of your your next rounds, you activate it with a bonus action.
Let me do that.
Here we go.
Cannon is a magical object.
Regardless of its size.
The cannon has an AC of 18 and a number of hit points.
So you use your action to create it, and then it will pop. Now it does pop immediately when you cast the protector one. But each round you can use your bonus action to just go whoop, and they get more temporary hit points. It's very good, especially with a Twilight cleric in the group. If you guys did both, anyway. I don't need to give you ideas, Digby. So yes, that was your action. Again, just to clarify, I know that one specifically is new as well. But yes,
fantastic.
Your turret to create it as an action, and then you activate it as a bonus action on subsequent turns.
I'm very happy with what happened this round.
All right, clowns go. You see
Clowns go.
the one clown that's in the cannon goes now, and then nothing happens, and he like kind of like you see his head pop over, and he sees Pickles like smoking a cigarette at the back end. He's gonna pull himself out of the cannon and charge at you, Dickens. You see, he runs at you and then he like reaches down. He pulls out like a smaller clown hammer. Like it's not nearly as big and majestic as yours.
No.
He reaches into his pants and he whips out this like like an average clown hammer.
It's good
Nothing
size.
wrong with it. Like most
Right.
people make. There's it's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that at all.
It'll get the job done.
It'll get you
eventually.
there, like wherever you need to go. But yeah, you see Brent pulls it out, kind of mimicking you. You see that kind of maniacal clown face, drool coming from these sharp pointed teeth. You hear Kysyntius kind of laughing in the ethers of even these clowns around you. It comes up, actually, it did real good. 22 AC. I'm rolling hot too, guys.
Yeah, that
Aw.
hits. So I see him and I'm just, I don't even defend myself. I'm just distracted. I'm like, oh God, do I look like that?
And then it just walks up and hits you, and you're like, oh man. So not rolling particularly hot. 4 bludgeoning damage, but you have resistance to bludgeoning damage. So you take 2 damage, Dickens. But that's exactly it. You're like, oh gosh, your teeth, bro. All right, the other 2. A pretty wise move there, Digby, getting out of there. You see that the one that got thrown out by Gary, that's kind of like laying next to the. I'm not gonna make him prone because that's unfair. It was like storyline. You see, he runs up and is attempting to stab or smash the body of Gary. I swear I'm not trying to kill you, Gary, but you're the only one he can reach.
Oh my god.
I swear I'm not. This isn't like. I'm just gonna kill Gary Greenheart.
He's teabagged to death.
Okay,
No.
so the damage barrier actually. All right, so 4 damage, similar, the exact same damage as the last one. Guess how many hit points Digby gave him temporarily? 4. So
I don't know.
Digby, you see as the little barrier that forms over Gary suddenly is smashed by a clown hammer. And that means that the big giant hand, however, still probably could get a free shot on him. Maybe not fantastic, but it did save him from 2 automatic death saves just now. So you very well may have saved Gary's life.
Thank you.
The other clown cannot actually get to you. So he is realizing he's going to double move. He's going to use his action and his bonus action to get behind you, Digby. You see, he's just like, and he uses his whole round to like run up behind his terrifying visage, big puffy curled hair, and just like bounding toward you. But you see, it is kind of coming toward you and Amaryllis. Like it sees you guys are kind of backliners, and it wants to give some support. But it didn't have to use its whole turn to do that. Amaryllis, you see this nightmare creature coming up on Digby. What do you do?
I immediately enforce the buddy system and kind of close the gap between Digby and I. And then I want to cast magic missile.
All right, so
Gary twitches.
Gary's like, no. All right, that's 3 darts that do. All right, so I will. It's
Yeah.
3
I love
darts
it.
that do 5. You actually, if you wanted
Sweetness.
to, Amaryllis, I'll just be fair. You would notice that like the first 2 kind of just blow a hole through this clown as it's running up on you. If you want to use the other one to like aim at the other clown, I'm cool with that. I have screwed you on magic missile before, where I've only counted 1 dart's worth of damage. Dave Clark calls me out on it. So
the time.
Dave, this one's for you, buddy. I've
Yeah, if you
screwed
blow
you
those
over
holes
with your
clown.
damage. What's that?
Sorry, when you blow the holes in the clown, can candy shoot out of it like a pineapple?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you see good like.
It's even more
They're bad
terrifying, though.
Yeah, it's those like strawberry wrapped ones though, and like,
Oh,
like,
it's so delicious.
like caramel little wraps. It's like none of the good brand
Right.
name
It's
candy.
more like a sinata.
Wow.
All right, so yeah, you see even a little confetti bomb goes wow when you blow a hole through the first one, and you see literally like you blow such a big hole that one of the other balls just passes through the hole, and you can kind of like pass it around you and blow a hole through the one that was trying to kill Gary. They have 5 hit
So I get
points
3 targets?
Yes, 3
Can
total.
I hit the bad hand
as well. Yes, because
Yeah.
why not? This freaking hand. I was
Yeah.
like, man, I don't know this blah blah. You guys are just tearing this thing up. All right, so it is a layer monster. It's not. I always warn people like don't like my stats and the stats of the things I use to build off of them are not the same. This was intended to be like a boss style fight, so you might notice this dude does have a bunch of hit points, but you guys have seriously been wrecking him up. So
Yay.
Amaryllis, yes, you impose 5 damage on both clowns, which kills them. You see the same thing. Their bodies fall on the ground, and they're kind of like gooey. You see they kind of like move around like taffy, but they are downed. They both fall.
Booyah.
And then 5 damage onto Big Giant Hand.
Yeah, take that
big
big giant hand.
Yeah, big giant hands.
Yeah.
5 damage.
Booyah.
That's
Boom.
1 damage for each digit. Big giant hand.
Yeah.
All right.
Incoming damage for the big giant
I'm
hand.
gonna move him back. I'm gonna move him back just so you know he's not threatening you. There is still 1 clown on Dickens, and then the Big Giant Hand. You got anything else, Amaryllis?
Oh, I think that's it, actually.
Dope. You kind of like buddy system up, set up next to Digby.
yeah.
Most of the threats near you guys are pacified at the least for now. Pickles, you're back. You're standing behind the cannon. You got the torch in your hand, cannon in tote. You don't have a ball in there. I would say if you wanted to, like, you just grab a cannonball and load it in there. If that's one way you want to go about it, that would be like a full round action though. But you are standing at the cannon with the torch. If you decide to use it or not, you could always just do whatever the hell you want.
Oh, you know me. So I with the torch in my hand, I want to hop on the cannon and run and jump off of it.
Dope.
To land in the hand, and I want to put the, like, as if it's a cigarette, like, put the torch out on his hand. And I want to yell while I'm doing that, stop fisting my friend Gary!
There it is.
Yeah.
Subtle.
So, I was gonna
Your topic is
ask
called force
if
fist.
that,
It's not forcefully fisting my friend.
with fisting my friend.
Force.
Force fist. So that could be like a tambourine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you want to land in the hand? Because then you would be you would get those temporary hit points too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Like
30.
on the hands. Like
Yeah.
I kind of want to be like, not necessarily in its palm. I want to
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of land
Just
on
like-
its, like, boop, yeah.
Wiser than you're not just like, oh, let me get crushed real quick. Yeah, remember it's kind of fisted up, so you're just like land on top of it real
Yeah.
quick and put the torch down. Nice, 20 AC is a hit. Go ahead and give me
Cool.
damage. 6, and I'm gonna add you 1 fire damage because you're
Yeah.
doing it with a torch. Like,
Oh, yeah.
starting out, so 7 damage. Nice. All right, you see it. You see this. You kind of like force your hand into the invisible hand. And you see it burst into flame. And then there's like lightning crackling around, the boom of thunder, the shearing radiant energy. And you see the hand simmers away and then beams into the giant harlequin on the far side of the room.
Aww.
You see the green or the ever-burning, the glowing light present from the void that was in her eyes dissipates. You see now only the flowing purple energy of Kysinthius. You see her body starts as she breaks the binds, the chains that bind her.
Get out of
You
my
see
head.
it breaks free of the bindings. You see it like its body swells full of this great radiant light. And you see the Harlequin enters the field. Foolish mortals, you fight for what is, not what will be. You hear the voice of Kysinthius emanating from this Harlequin masked giant creature that breaks from its binds at the north side of the room. This isn't even my final form. No, this is its final form.
Oh, yeah.
This is its final form. I promise. And then you kill it, and then you hear. And another clown walks in. No, I'm sorry. I'm getting carried away. So Pickles, you successfully defeated the first form of this being, and now you see you kind of everything like dematerializes, the hand and everything, and you drop. You kind of land pretty close. Let's just say, just for storyline, you land kind of next to Gary. You see his body just like smushed on the ground again because of the cartoonish physics. Like he's like bleh, like he's kind of taffied out a little bit. It's not quite as gruesome as it would be in the real in your realm. But yeah, you land next to it. You get the 4 temporary hit points from the protector bubble, and You're standing there, you look forward, and you see this giant harlequin creature starts moving, that vibrating shadow energy emanating from it. But yeah, you got anything else?
Hold on, let me see. I think I burned kind of all my movement to get over there.
1, 2. You went 30, so if you're 50, you could still go 4 more. You could actually get right up to it. You have such high speed. Mobile and 40. Yeah, just crazy. With Monk?
Yeah.
I think
you know what? I think I'm going to do that. That's what Giant's going to do. I'm going to get right over there.
Dope.
But I want to... I want a flurry of blows.
You see it just like as quickly as you land, you turn and look. It's like DBZ. You kind of go and then appear in front of him and throw another blow. Nice.
Fine. My first one lands. My second doesn't.
Oh, shit hurt on the second
but we can
strike.
joke about it. It's fine.
Oh, yeah. It's like ones aren't bad anymore. Like they used to be bad. Twos are great because we got to go 2. We got to get all the way to 3 before we're like bumming out on stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Fine.
So and Tuesday. See, it's so good. Anyway,
Makes sense.
I
I get it.
I like a 20 to 5% chance of having a happy response. All right. So yes, you see your first strike strikes, and then as you punch it, you feel like your fist is pushed back. Like you don't actually get all the way to the harlequin's body, but you. I'm sorry. I just have to check. Are your unarmed attacks are not magical yet, right? You haven't gotten to that level.
Not yet.
Okay, so you punch and you see that same purple and black. I'm gonna see if I can just bring this in real quick. You see that same purple and black energy that that emanated from the void, that the strain in the void that Kaisintius. You see it like there's like a barrier of that shadow magic around this harlequin. You do damage, like you hit the thing, but it does seem to be resistant.
Just like her.
All right. Well, that's me.
All right. At the end of your turn, Pickles, you see the harlequin pulls up its arms and then falls like it's ragdolling, like it's a puppet. And you see its elbows start raising for a moment. The harlequin mask staring at you, the shadow energy, and then you see each hand goes and does like a full 360 on the elbow, and then points to the cannons. You hear them light, and then the 2 clowns that are on the ground that were shot by the magic missile of Amaryllis, you see they appear in the cannons and fire. There's a layer action. So at the end of your turn, it shoots 2 clowns at you, but it tries to strike. You're up here, right?
These bullets are
You move
ridiculous.
forward.
Yeah.
Yes. So it is actually Dickens. You're going to get one of them because you're in the line of shot. So you see these the cannons. They whoop at her like puppetry. They both spin. The line of sight on this is actually you, Dickens. So one gets shot at you, Pickles, and this one gets shot. To be fair, he's going to make a dex save real quick. He might take some damage from his other clown buddy.
Yes, shoot the dead clown at me.
Yeah.
Oh, he crit. I'm sorry. He's crit.
Oh
on
my
the save.
god!
Wow.
This is
This night, roll 20
shit.
is highest. Okay, so here we go. You hear the cannons just turn. They both fire these clowns out. One hits you, Pickles, 22 AC.
I am a 16,
Maybe.
so that makes sense.
You take 5 as bludgeoning damage as he hits you with the hammer. Dickens, the clown in front of you, does the thing you have done before where he grabs his crotch and pulls it up, so it's like a little tunnel, and then the other clown flies through it. Let's see if he hits you, though. You take a +5 to this. 15, 20 AC, that's going to be a hit. But again, you have bludgeoning resistance, so you take 6, halved is 3.
Nice.
Cool,
And-
cool.
And this clown lands next to you. Dickens, it is your turn.
Okay. Things are getting out of hand quickly.
oh,
No. All right, so I want to like reach down into my gear and pull out one of the potions that I have, and I'm gonna fucking peg Gary with it.
Whoa.
So actually, if you want to use, remember, applying a potion to someone else is an action. using it yourself as a bonus action. So
Yeah,
you can do that. It would just be your action.
All right, so this is what I do. I see how bad things are getting, and the Harlequins just went like, and I'm like, fuck. And I bite off a healing potion and throw it at Gary. And then I reach down into my pants and I cast Spiritual Weapon.
Oh.
And I want to, my spiritual weapon, I want it to be like the hammer that I have already, but like as comedically large as you will let me have it be.
Okay, for sheer fluff, you know what I mean? Like in the inside of the hammer, it is still the spell that it grants you. But it would, it can be as big as you want in the room. I'm trying to see if I can find a better hammer, but I don't think I'm gonna get a clown hammer. Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh,
So we'll make it super big. Again, it doesn't give you any range or anything, but yes, you
Oh my
sorry,
god.
other side. You,
Excellent. Well, there's Spiritual Weapon.
Oh my god.
no, which
That
is
is
magic. So you
so
see, it
bad.
smashes through the barrier. Oh, 7 AC, that's a miss.
so bad.
You see it bashes on the shadowy veil that protects this Harlequin. And then you see the eyes turn, they look at you. You would attack your own mother, boy.
And I'm like, what the fuck is a mother boy?
All right, Dickens. So roll me 2d4 plus 2. That is what Gary gets healed. Gary, you come back from the realm of death that you were just getting oh so familiar with. I swear I'm not trying to kill you, Gary. I promise.
I'm
What
glad
happens?
it's just not me.
What happens? What happens?
Oh,
You get 6
4
HP
plus
back.
2 is 6.
Yes. So Gary, you are at 6, but no death saves or anything of the like. You're like, man, I'm sure glad that sword isn't. You look over, and it's like sitting next to you. I hear you're
Dang
almost about
it.
to make a death save. All right, you got anything else, Dickens? You have 2 clowns behind you. This looming Harlequin before you, and you get the. Oh wait, no. If you stay within 10 feet of the protector bot, you'll get some temporary HP on Digby's turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stay right where I am.
All right, Gary, what is your dex?
Oh, my dex. Let's see here.
Just like the flat score.
0.
oh,
All right, so you see the Harlequin goes.
that's what.
You see Pickles in front of you. You know, you're like, squaring off. This thing is giant, 20 feet tall. You know, you're like, but you're not even up to a kneecap on this thing. But you came in and threw some punches and just, showed the virtue of the hero that you are. And you see the giant form in front of you, like, desubstantiates into a purple and black shadow. It drops beneath the ground. You're like, it feels like you're floating in waters with a shark nearby. It's like swimming at night.
Yeah, don't go to the deep end.
You feel the ground all around you starts rippling. Suddenly, the Harlequin rematerializes behind Digby and Amaryllis. You see it pulls out this giant clown horn. And these waves of dark energy start permeating out of it. You see the both of them are radiated with this black energy that rattles the tent itself. And that's where we're going to pick it up next time, guys.
Saucy dame.
Ooh, goddamn.
No,
Goddamn. Goddamn.
The Forbidden Honk.
Oof. All right. So yes, we will be freaking A, guys. That was that fight in this room. I'm looking at a room with 2 cannons, a giant rainbow hammer, a bunch of clowns, a little protector bot, all you guys, a giant Harlequin. Like, how do we get ourselves in these little pickles, guys? D&D is great. Play it with your friends. Huge shout out. I did get a chance to play some D&D while I was in Phoenix. Huge shout out to one of my teacher DMs, Matt Nelson, who helped us come up with our charts for the Ganjaria spell components list. It was based off a mechanic he had homebrewed for his campaign. Great DM. Older brother of my perma DM, the dude I grew up playing with, Marcus Nelson, who has done some of the art. The Achaeus art is Marcus, and so there's just like they've been so generous as to gift me some of their amazing art. Just a huge shout out, cool peeps. But yeah, so thank you guys. It was very refreshing. to play some old school D&D. But I love what I'm looking at here. We are going to have to pick this thing up and mid boss fight next week. So if you'll forgive me, thank you guys so much. Holy crap, what a ride! Every week I just don't know quite what I'm getting myself into, and I got to say, after a week away, it was exactly what I needed. So. Thank you guys so much. We do have us a little ritual we like to do around here. Maybe you heard about it when we did it earlier. Maybe you haven't because you got here later. We like to take a lighter, like this sky blue bad boy here. I changed it. Lighter changed already. You don't even know what happened. Sky blue, make sure we're not going to light any of our friends, family, harlequins, rainbow hammers, or clowns, psychotic clowns shooting shot out of cannons on fire, and go. Lighters up. Thanks for playing D&D with us, guys. Thanks, guys, for playing D&D with me. And thank me for guys.
For playing D&D with you guys.
For guys, man.
Thank you for that.
Bam. Guys.
So what? You can't touch me, 'cause I'm from the internet.